Hello and welcome to Canterbury Live. Well, it's Tuesday and I'm Andrea Allen. Thank you for joining me. Well, of course, yesterday was all about the mums and the prizes that were given over, but I'd like to say hello to Matt Phillips, who stopped me in the street today, which was very nice, thank you, and said, well, how about the dads? I said, well, you know, it's a few months, but I'm sure we'll celebrate the dads as well. They have an equal part in raising our children, so don't you worry about that. So, on with the show. We're out on location with Toastmasters, which will be great. We have Julie McCloy here with Aviva Family Services, and of course it's NZ Music Month, so we'll end the show today with another fabulous clip from our NZ talent pool. But first, I'd love to welcome Belinda, who is the Families Commissioner. How are you?
Thank you. Very good, thank you very much.
We're just having a little bit of a giggle before. We're talking about Parliament and Parliament's sitting today, and of course I love watching the debates that go on, and Winnie got kicked down, I believe.
It's a bit fiery today.
Through his toys.
Yeah.
Poor old Winnie.
He loves a bit of theatre though.
I'm sure he had a cigarette and a whiskey and he'd been right after that. Now, Belinda, thank you for joining us. Of course, you're based in Wellington, you're down here for the day, but let's talk about International Day of Families. What is it?
Well, it's quite good actually. This is the 20th year we've done International Day of Families, and it's Thursday is Families Day itself. And I'm a little bit worried it might be overshadowed by the budget, but you know, it's worth taking the time to stop and think, you know, a little bit about New Zealand families. What are the good things? What are the where are we different? Where are we the same as other countries? And you know, how can we do things a little bit better for our families?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the budget, a family is the key of the budget. Really affects us all, doesn't it? At the end of the day. So, how do you believe New Zealand families have changed over time, though?
Well, we've done quite a bit of work on this, and it's we've changed enormously in the last 30 years. It's been unbelievable. A couple of little things. For example, when I was a child and came from a separated family, I was probably one of the only kids in my class. So in the 1970s, it was about 1 in 10 children came from a separated family. Now it's like 30% of children come from them, and they're saying that by the time a New Zealand child reaches 17, 30% of them will have spent some time in a single-parent family, which is, you know, a huge change for society.
So the traditional family, and can we even say traditional anymore?
Well, I think we've all got ideas what traditional family are about, but I think where it becomes a problem is if you start to stereotype a family, because really a lot more women are choosing not to have children. We're having children later, we're getting married later, we're getting divorced later, and we're doing all of those much more often. So it's really not any more nuclear family, and I think it's very difficult for government to deal with that. They like to have little tidy things they can count, and it doesn't really work like that.
So what is it, people becoming stronger about leaving a marriage?
Well, there was a big spike in the 1980s when we changed the no-fault divorce, so that sort of spiked everything up. Since then it started to settle down, but I think people have different options now. Like, a lot of people aren't actually marrying, having children and then maybe thinking about it down the track, and there's of course people in civil unions and all sorts of different arrangements that just were unheard of.
Now, you were talking before
30
about
years ago.
Yeah, well, exactly. The study, though, an amazing slant on the study was to actually interview children.
Yes, this is a piece of work that one of our great experts, Jeremy Robertson, has done about step families and some of their experiences. And for the first time, they actually asked the children some of their experience as well. And it's kind of surprising that we don't, as a country, know how many families exactly are in that situation, because no one's ever bothered to count it. So we kind of figure it out to about, you know, coming up to 30% of children and 10% at any one time will be in a separated family. And some of the issues that are coming up very, very strongly for separated families are around how to deal with discipline, how to set the rules in the family, and you know, those are the points where there's a lot of contention coming up. So it's important to look at how we can get around that and make them stronger.
So what were the children saying about that? You said, one example, discipline. What did they say about being disciplined at two different homes?
Well, I think the main thing is consistency. And it's depending on the status of the relationship between parents who live in the house and don't live in the house and step-parents, it's really important that they can find a way of finding some consistency so that the kids don't have to change rules every 5 minutes and everybody knows how it's dealt with in the house. And obviously different families will deal with it differently, but kids need to know what the rules are.
And is that the problem that comes out of it, is that the parents start thinking about themselves and not the children?
Well, I think there's always a risk of that in affairs of the heart, whether it's good or bad. But, most parents really, really want the best for their kids. And I know parents go to enormous lengths in separations to keep their kids stable and happy and doing okay. Because, the stats do show that if we don't manage those separations well, it does increase their risk of getting into trouble down the line.
Yeah. So how do you think the notion of family will look in the future, though?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it will become more fluid, and I think, as our population ages, we're looking at a lot more households being single person, older people on their own. But I still would count them as part of my family. So I think we've got to stop counting families by house and start counting them by relationships and linkages and, a more sort of holistic view.
Yeah.
Because just because your elderly parents don't live with you, I'm of the generation where I've got kids who are quite small and I've got elderly parents. And so we're kind of doing both. But they're all part of my family. We may not even live in the same city, but they're still part of the family.
So fortunately for you, Belinda, you are exposed to different resources and information and that. But if we're looking at home now and we're actually at that beginning stage of becoming a separated family as such of the two units, what kind of advice could you offer them? Well,
it's coming through very clearly that taking some good advice, keeping the kids in a steady, kind of stable situation, being really good at communicating, having good family and other supports in the community really matter as well. But coming through is this communication, and I find it even difficult with my kids to sit down and have a talk about things like the rules. So it's much more difficult if you've got parents outside the house, step parents coming in and new to the relationship. So it's really important to have those ongoing discussions about how it's working and try and keep the communication open.
And what do you think that children at the end of the day really want to know from their parents? I mean, they'll love their mum and dad unconditionally.
Yeah.
But what really should we be keeping the top of mind, really?
I think children are happiest when they know where the walls are, they know where the boundaries are. And kids by nature, they test them, they test the boundaries. But every adult who's looking after them, whether it's a parent or a grandparent or a step-parent or even a caregiver, they all have to have the same boundaries. Otherwise, the kids get very good at knowing how they can wiggle through. And they don't actually feel safe when they have these flexible rules. They need to have clear guidelines, lots of love, lots of hugs, and lots of talking.
Oh, that's great, Belinda. What a worthwhile study, and thank you very much for that. Some really strong words of advice there. So thank you very much, and all the best for Family Day. Right, stay with us, because after the break, more about family. We have Julia from Avia Family Services.
CTV News and Weather, first at 5. Be the first to find out about the rebuild, local politics, business, sports, culture and community. CTV News and Weather, first at 5, only on CTV.
Get rid of that damaging and unsightly moss, mould and lichen from your path, drive or roof with Mossbuster. Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. Mossbuster costs less than half the price of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest. Check out our website to find the best solution to your moss, mould and grime problem. Order online or call us now on 0800 88 1000.
Located at the foot of the Port Hills, Berrymead Golf offers a spectacular location for any occasion. Make a dream wedding a reality with private use of our green function room, outdoor garden courtyard, large marquee and stunning gazebo. Or for your next conference, enjoy the relaxed atmosphere of Berrymead Golf, offering a private, spacious conference room with special deals to make any break a true break. All with customised catering from the Wow Cafe. Berrymead Golf, 50 Berrymead Park Drive, right next to the Berrymead Heritage Park.
Christchurch has its very own enchanted utopia, the Hitching Post. Pop in and see for yourself. A magical assortment of handmade creations, custom-made candles and artwork. Choose from our huge range of water features, garden art and imported giftware. Specialists in handcrafted metal artwork made in store. Nestled on 722 Marshlands Road, the Hitching Post, defining art our way.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Be immersed in the unique cultural highlights Germany has to offer every Tuesday night with Discover Germany. Tuesday at 7 p.m, right here on CTV.
Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Well, we're keeping on with the whānau theme, and happily I'm joined by Julie McCloy from Avia Family Services. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good.
Wow. Now, it's a Canterbury charity, or service really, that you offer. So tell us about Aviva Families.
Well, people might have known us in a previous life as Christchurch Women's Refuge.
Wow. Yeah.
We rebranded last year. And that's because we work with all members of the family now. So whilst we started as an agency working primarily with women, we work with children and we work with men, and we've been doing that for 2 years. So because we work with all members of the family, it seemed more logical for us to be more approachable, change our name and run our appeal in line with International Day of the Families, which is this Thursday.
Yeah, well tell us about the annual appeal.
So the annual appeal is our big sort of opportunity during the year to, one, generate funds for ourselves, for our services, because only 40% of our services are funded by government. We have to generate about $1 million a year to do the rest. And it's a great opportunity as well for us to be out on the street, to meet members of our community and to have some fantastic volunteers, about 130, who gift their time and are passionate about what we do and what we're doing for families, and that's their way to contribute. So it's a big event for us, huge undertaking.
Huge event, yeah. $1 million, not an easy feat at all.
No.
So what's the key message that you want to get across this year?
I guess the message is that it's about supporting families, and we really want people to understand that we're there for every member of the family, and whatever their relationship might be, whether they're together, apart, whether it's heterosexual couples or gay couples, we're there for everyone who is experiencing family violence, whether they're using it or whether they're the people living with it, and we want people to understand we're there for families, and we want people to help us as well so that we can support others.
So how do you hope to actually build on the success of last year though?
Well, it was really good last year, considering we rebranded 1 week before our annual appeal, which was a bold move. Wasn't quite planned that way, but it went really well. And so we want to build on that success by actually, well, one, generating some more money, but also getting out there and having those conversations with people. It's a really great opportunity. People come up all the time and tell you stories when you're out collecting. So it's just fantastic point of interaction as well. So I think that's how we want to keep on doing that, and hopefully we'll generate a bit more money as well.
And has, since the earthquake, the people that are coming to you, has it changed?
Yeah, it has. It's increased a lot, and some of the points of connection have changed. What we noticed was, especially after February 11, that we had a 50% increased spike in phone call for phone support, and it stayed at that level. It hasn't dropped again, and we've certainly seen some changes of trends. We've seen more violence against parents by grown-up children, so more abuse of especially older parents. We've seen more young people, especially young boys, but also girls, like I'm talking 13, 14, etc., appearing as people who are using violence as well. So some disturbing post-earthquake trends, yeah.
So what services does the appeal support, Julie?
Well, it'll go to our frontline services, but there are some that we get no funding for example, our 24-hour free phone line, 0800 Aviva Now, so we'll be putting some money towards that, and other services that aren't fully funded, like some of our services to children and women, our education programs. If people don't have a protection order, there's no funding for them, so we have to generate the money to provide services. So that's where we'll be looking to put the funding this year.
So can you just talk to me about the 0800 number? So that's based in Christchurch, your call
it's based
centre?
in Christchurch. So it's run by, we have staff at the moment who run our safe house, and they're on call throughout the night, poor things, to answer the 0800 number. So that 0800 number is because we're a Canterbury-based charity, it's available nationally, but it's answered here in Christchurch by local people. And probably about a third of our calls come in after office hours, so in the evenings and weekends,
A very special role, so how do you recruit?
Well, we have a great team. During the day, our family support workers, who are all fully trained professionals, they get rostered on to answer the 0800 number, so they will get a turn. But in the evenings, we have our safe house staff, and so they do certain shifts each, and they go through our recruitment process to see that they fit into what they'll be doing. They're working very closely with women and children in very vulnerable situation who need, crisis accommodation. So they go through a full training and induction program. And they're supported by an on-call staff member too. So if a really tricky situation comes up at 3 a.m, they do have someone to call to sort of say, yeah.
And speaking of support, how can we at home support the appeal?
Well, gosh, if you see some poor collector standing around on Friday or Saturday holding a white and blue bucket and hopefully wearing a blue t-shirt, and please drop something in their bucket if you can. But if you can't, then if you'd like to donate, you can do that online at avivafamilies.org.nz. So it is a fundraising opportunity for us. It's great if people can donate, but if they can't, then just a friendly smile to our lovely collectors. It always helps, makes your shift go a little bit.
Or a nice cup of coffee at the Nera Cafe.
I did have a man once who came and bought me a coffee and a sandwich, which was very nice.
Now, where can we find out more information about Aviva?
Go to our website, avivafamilies.org.nz, and we've got an Aviva Families Facebook page as well, which is a little bit more fun, so you can go and check that out too. So there's a lot of information certainly on our webpage. Yeah.
Great. Now, and you talked about volunteers before. Are you still looking for volunteers, Julie?
We've kind of got almost as many as we need. We could still do with just a few more for Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. That's our problem area. So if there's a few keen people out there with a couple of hours to spare on Saturday, then give us a call. That would be fantastic.
And Julie, how did you get involved?
Well, a while ago, 5 years almost, I was looking for a change in job, and this came up, and I thought, having come from a very corporate background, and my previous role was quite a corporate one, I thought I'd like to do something that had a little bit more soul to it, I suppose.
That's a lovely way to put it.
It's a great place to work. Aviva is a fantastic place. Wonderful people I work with, and wonderful people that come in and get us to be a little part of their journey. So it's a great privilege.
Well, I'm sure we'll be very successful with the soul that you've shown today, and thank you very much for sharing with us. I'm sure it'll be successful again.
Thank you.
And the Cantabrians out there, they'll be out there filling those buckets.
They will, they always do. Yeah.
Thanks, Julie. Now stay with us after the break. We're out on location with Toastmasters.
I'm Chris Lynch. Join me for CTV's new current affairs show Lynched every Monday at 8:30 right here on CTV, where I talk to the decision makers and those responsible for running our city.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets, and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom, 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, the naturopath here at Staywell Pharmacy. Working with the pharmacist, I use herbal and nutritional medicine to recommend natural alternatives for your health. This can be to counteract any side effects of your medication, general health advice, or natural options for you and your family. I'm also available for consultations. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road, Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
Tomorrow Today is your science program, presenting a comprehensive overview of the latest trends in science and research. Tomorrow Today, Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m, right here on CTV.
Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Now, have you ever thought that you'd actually like to get into public speaking? Or you may need some help, you may be starting a new role, then Toastmasters may be the vehicle for you. Well, we've been out on location with Toastmasters, and let's meet George.
It's about personal growth and lifelong learning. Public speaking is only a means to that end. And that's really the genius of our founder, who discovered that through public speaking, we gain the self-confidence. And there's the saying that if you can face an audience, you can face anything.
I blame it on Dr. Phil, really. Well, I was home in the afternoon, and Dr. Phil was talking about middle-aged guys stopping what they're doing and following their dream. And I thought, well, I've got a middle, and I'm aged. I'm going to follow my dream. And I've always had this pervasive, obsessive dream. So I decided, I'm going to do it. I decided to become a jockey.
Well, the thing is actually to talk to them, obviously, about what Toastmasters is, but to actually look at how they feel about themselves in terms of confidence, because whilst people join primarily to improve their presentation skills, a lot of it is around confidence building, because when you do learn and get good at speaking in public, that confidence grows. And so by way of that, you actually start to develop leadership skills. You become more confident in yourself. And so that's the thing, is actually that Toastmasters is a journey, not a destination. It's not a quick fix. And there's so many aspects of it on the communication and that leadership side.
I'd only been in Christchurch 2 days and I already had a job. Do you think I was excited? No. I was freaking out. I'd never done this before. I was used to carrying heavy things around a building site, not selling stuff door to door. But I had no retreat. My only choice was to relish the battle. So I did. A week after relishing that battle, I loved my job. I actually did. Within a couple of months, I had my own sales team. That sales team then went on to become one of the best in the company. I was learning how relishing the battle can affect your life.
The confidence comes when you speak to an audience. It shows up in your work, in your interpersonal relationships, and it really permeates your whole being and persona. I set humor as one of my goals. After I'd been a Toastmaster for about 6-7 years, I said, I want to be more humorous. So I started working on humorous manuals and so forth. So my biggest compliment when my friends would ask me, George, you're funnier now than you used to be. You were so stiff and serious before. I said, wow, success. And humor is related to leadership. Someone said, you know, if you're too serious, the irony is that people don't take you seriously. Humor is a tool to connect with people.
You've seen those guys at the Olympics, haven't you? Those 100-metre sprint runners, how they get down on their hands and knees to start the race? Well, my horse did the same thing. I thought, wow, here's a real go of this one. And I looked at the other guys and I thought, suckers.
It shows an acceptance of things. You can laugh at life. You can laugh at yourself. And when you can do that, what is there to be afraid of? And also imbue with an attitude toward life. Don't take yourself or life too seriously. In your family, your community, you be called to lead. Even in your life, you are called to lead your life. Because if you don't lead your life, somebody else would lead it for you. They say your character is born and you can't really change it. But I say Toastmaster is a practice field of life where you can change aspects of yourself towards something that you would like better.
Thanks, George. And I like what they said. Toastmasters is a journey, not a destination. So this may well be a destination or a journey that you need to get on. So Google Toastmasters and you can make some magic. Now we're going to go to another New Zealand music artist. It's Ezra Vine with Celeste, another wonderful example of New Zealand music. Think about your favourite NZ music song and maybe find it and play it. But we'll see you tomorrow on Canterbury Live. Thank you for joining me.
Switchblade, a bright light on the cityscape. Wherever she goes, I'm gonna chase. You're something out of a dream.